Absolutely. So now this is the last minute of this webinar. I like to be punctual. I think it was 4:30 was the last, it was still 4:30, I think, right? So firstly, we discussed what the normal scenario is in investments. क्या सोचना चाहिए एक normal situation में क्या करना चाहिए उसके अंदर की एलिमेंट्स थे कि टाइम हराइजन के बारे में सोचा गया हमने ये डिस्कस किया कि इन्वेस्टमेंट्स क्या चीज़ होती हैं शर्त क्या चीज़ होती है इन्वेस्टमेंट्स versus bets. But then we also talked about financial discipline. That's very important. We then discussed COVID. COVID basically reduced interaction initially, physical interaction, and then it sort of broke things apart. Demand and supply were separate. And then we talked about what is abnormality. We had a very interesting point from Asim, if I can go back, Asim. You said that Pakistan has a lot of, sorry, Asim or Arslan, I'm sorry, I'm mixing it up, who said that Pakistan has a different kind of normal. So that was a very interesting point. And then we talked about something which I thought was very critical that COVID is forcing us to save. COVID is forcing us to think differently. We then moved into how things have changed, and the word uncertainty keeps coming up. It has come up in discussions, and we are trying to redefine what is certain. और उसमें थोड़ा सा मेरे ख्याल है time लगेगा. At the same time, COVID has also become an opportunity for us. It's not just a problem. It is, of course, a challenge and a problem, and it's not easy, but it has also become an opportunity for all of us. Then we talked about the international perspective of how the economies are adjusting, how they've changed, and lastly, we tried to be very practical. कि क्या करना चाहिए उसमें हमारे जो कॉलीग्स हैं उन्होंने कहा कि बिला वजह खर्चा ना करें आप रीथिंक करें अपनी टेक्निकल स्किल्स बढ़ाएं और आई एम सॉरी अगर मैं कोई और पॉइंट मेजर पॉइंट में मिस कर गया हूँ आई अपोलोजाइज फॉर दैट बट I think all of us can think very positively about investments because we have to invest in our lives, but we have to invest with a bit of logic and a bit of more care. And it is important for us to be mindful of risks. Don't take unnecessary risks. So with this, I thank Muhammad Asim, who is here helping us. He's the president of the CFA Society. He's the chief investment officer of Arif Habib Savings. And you can follow him and Arslan Sumro, who is the managing director of KASP Securities. I'm sure you all have presence on the social media. People can Google your names and they can follow you. And if they have any more questions, I think they can send them to IFMP or IBA and they can be answered via email later on. My name is Faheem Sardar. I thoroughly enjoyed this discussion. I hope it was just as enjoyable and helpful for all our viewers. And we hope to interact further. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Faheem Saab. Looking forward. Thank you very much. Really thoroughly enjoyed this session. Thank you, IFMP, and thank you, IBS.